Okay, good day. Mr. Stolle here. So today we are continuing with our data handling. So in this lecture, we're going to look at ungroup data. We're going also to look at what we call group data as well. Okay, so how we calculate the mean, how we calculate the mode, and also the median. Now, when I'm talking of ungroup data, it's raw data. So ungroup data is raw data. Raw data, the data that is not categorized or classified. So it's something that have been just collected, figure that have been collected. You haven't grouped them, then it's not grouped, it's not categorized, it's not classified, it's just raw data. Now, we're going to look at this data represented on frequency table, what we call frequency table. Okay, so frequency table displays data that shows how often each item in the data set occurs. So let's say if there are marks, what we call marks for students, we check, okay, 25, how many students got 25? So that will actually be the frequency. Now, frequency is the number of times something happens, okay? How many of the students got the 25 mark? Now, number of times, e.g. number of times per week that the fire department in a small town was called out to fight a fire over a period of 16 weeks. So we're told that it's a period of 16 weeks. And these are numbers of what we call number of times that, the fire department was called. So you can see that in the first week, it was called once. In the second week, it was called 4 times. Third week, it was called 2 times. Fourth week, it was called 4 times, goes on like that. So it's actually showing you that we have these what call figures. Now let's check here now how we are representing the data now in the how data is represented now on the on the frequency table. Now number of call outs per week is our X. Okay, then we have got frequency number of weeks. Okay, so frequency number of weeks that a certain department of what called fire department was called certain times. Now, like here, we check, is there 0? No, we can't find 0 there. 1, we see that it was only called once in 1 week. Okay, it was called twice in how many weeks? In 5 weeks. So we're checking here, third week. I don't know, this one should be 6th week. So we're saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it was called 5 times. That's why we put the 5. What called 3 times? It was called 3 times in how many weeks? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it was called 3 times in 4 weeks. Okay. Called 4 times. How many times? 4 times. It was called 4 times a week. In how many weeks did that happen? 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are showing us what we call frequency. I hope you guys understand now. Now we have this Fx. So Fx, we are multiplying your frequency and number of what you call number of call outs. Okay. Frequency like number of call outs. Now we're calculating the total. How we get to the total? Okay. Because we know that if we are to calculate the mean, for instance, we need to add 1 plus 4 plus 2 plus 4 plus 4. But now what we're just doing here, we're going to say, okay, it's 4 times what? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1 times what? Times 1. So it goes on like that. So we're going to come here and say, all right, we have the total here, and we are looking at how many in terms of frequency. Now, in terms of frequency, we're going to calculate here what is our N. Now, our N, we find that we have to say 1 plus 5 plus 4 plus 4 plus 1 plus 1. What do we get? We get 16. Okay. So it was 16 weeks. Or this was just supposed to be just 16 weeks. We're supposed to pick it from number of weeks. Okay. But it's fine. Now, then our Fx here, our Fx, we are multiplying 0 times 0, we get a 0. 1 times 1, we get 1. 5 times 2, we get 10. 3 times 4, we get 12. Then 4 times 4, we get 16. 5 times 1, we get 5. 6 times 0, we get 0. Okay. Then what is it? 7 times 1, we get 7. Okay. Now we can add how many now? How many times was the fire department called in those 16 days? We now checking plus 15 plus 5 plus 7. We see that is 51. me just cross check. 10 plus 1 plus 12 plus 5 plus 7. Okay, so it's 51. Okay, now let's check here. Now the first question is saying calculate the mode, mean, and median of the data. Now mode, when was it called most? What called 4 times? So it was called 2 times a week in 5 weeks. So that's our mode. So our mode there will be actually what? Our mode, median, the data will actually be 2. Okay, our mode will be 2. So it's 2 call outs. Okay, let's move on to our mean. Now understand something here. Now, since now that's our total now. Our total is summation of fx. That's our total. So we see that we're gonna say summation, our mean is summation of fx. It's no longer summation of x because remember, we need to find the total here. So over n, and what is our fx? Is 51 over our 16. So what do we get there? 51 divided by, and we get 3, we get 3,1875. Okay. So it's approximately 3 call outs. It's approximately 3 call outs. Okay, that's our mean. Now let's move on to our median. Median is our median number, median call out. So we check here, we see that, okay, what are we going to do now? We know that it's what, how many weeks? It's 16 weeks, okay? Now in those 16 weeks, we are now checking that we know that what we do with median, we say n plus 1 to find the position. So 16 plus 1, we divide by 2. This will give us the position. So it's actually between 8 and 9. So our median is between 8th week and 9th week. Okay. Now, where do we find 8 and 9? Here we check. If we had 8 here, we say, okay, 1 plus 5 is going to give us what? 6, then 6, then 6 from there. We have got what? Up until 6 plus 4. What do we get? We get 10. So it means that our median is, it's actually 4. It's actually what call in the 4 on 3. Okay, so our median is actually 3 call outs. Okay, so here, just for to remember here, we know that our m, we say m, we get saying to say the position, we say n plus 1 over 2. This give us the position. This give us the position. That's what we have done here. So that's what we have done here. So we're gonna say 17 plus 16 plus 1, we get 17 divided by 2. Then we get, once we get that, we come to the frequency here. The frequency here, we check, okay, we check, it's more like we're arranging the data in order. So we check here and say, all right, where do we find, what is it, the 68 number is actually here. It's actually here on the 4 here. So we're gonna take 3 here. Okay, 3 call out. Okay. Now let's move on. So here now we have got this data now presented in a bar graph. Okay, in a bar graph, it is still the same data here. That's what we have here. Okay, we can also be represented on the bar graph. Okay, so that's what we're going to look at now to say, okay, 0 is 0, 1 is 1, then 2 is 5. So it's going to be like that. So what we have on this side here is number of what? Number of weeks. Then here is number of trailers. So here, this graph shows the frequency of number of trailers sold per week. by a trailer dealership. So we check here number of trailers that were sold. So we check if it is 0, how many, in how many weeks? 3 weeks. So 3 of the weeks, they didn't sell anything. So they didn't sell anything. Then one trailer was sold in how many weeks? 4 weeks. So in 4 weeks, they were selling 1 trailer per week, 1 trailer per week. So in four weeks, then 2 trailers were sold in how many weeks? In 3 weeks. So it goes on like that. So three trailers were sold in 5 weeks. So it means that for 5 weeks, they were selling 3 trailers. Okay. Each week they were selling 3 trailers for 5 weeks. So now the question now comes and say, how many weeks sales are represented by the graph? So we now check how many weeks are we looking at now? We're gonna add, we need to add here. We need to add the weeks. So we're gonna say 3 plus, then the second one is 4 plus, the second one is 3, plus the fourth one is 5, plus here 4 is actually 0. So they never sold 4 trailers. They never sold 4 trailers in a week. 5 is 1. Then 6 is 2. So that's what we have. So it means that 18 trailers. So 18 trailers. Oh, 18 weeks, sorry. 18 weeks. Then we move on to B. How many trailers were sold all together over the period surveyed? Now, how many trailers we check now? We check when we say 0 trailer times 3 weeks. So we are looking at FX here. We are looking at what? FX. So our F in this case is what? Our F in terms of frequency is the number of weeks here. Then our X is this side. So we are looking at FX here. Summation of FX. Summation of what? FX. So we're going to say 0 times 3 plus 1 times 4 plus 2 times 3 plus 3 times 5 Okay, now we add that. So 0 is going to get 0 there. Okay, we're going to say 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 times 3 is 6, plus 3 times 5 is 15, plus 5 times 1 is 5, plus 6 times 2 is 12. Okay, so we get 42 trailers. So there were 42 trailers that were sold. So we see that they didn't sell any trailer in 3 weeks. And they sold 1 trailer 4 weeks. So it means that each week they were selling 1. Now let's move on to see what is the modal number of trailers sold per week. Now, what is the modal number of trailers sold per week? So we check now how many. We check this one here. It's going to be what? It's giving us what? 5 trailers that were sold. It was sold how many trailers? Number of trailers is 3. So modal number is 3. So modal number is 3. So it's actually the one that more trailers. So 3 trailers were sold. In 5 weeks. Now let's move on. D. Calculate the mean number of trailers sold per week. Now we have number of trailers. We have got number of weeks. So what do we do? Remember, this is our summation of FX. And this is our N. Okay, so what do we do? Mean, we know that is summation of FX over N, which is going to be equals to 42 over 18, which is going to give us divided by 18. 2,333 goes on like that. But since these are trailers, this should be a whole number. So it's approximately 2 trailers. Okay. Then our E, calculate the median number of trailers sold per week. Now we remember what we do, 18, n plus 1. We want to find the position, n plus 1, position, n plus 1 over 2. So which is going to be equals to 18 plus 1 over 2, which is going to give us what? 19 divided by 2, we get 9,5. 9,5. So that the reason I'm putting this is showing us that it's actually the position. Now 9,5, so it's between 9 and what? 10. Between 9 and 10. Okay. So when we are adding now, we're gonna have to add here between 9 and what? Between 9 and 10. So we need to add here, let's say 3. Okay, so we've got 3 plus 4. Okay, plus 3. We have 10 now. So it's between 9 and 10. So we are saying, okay, that gives us 7. Okay, 3 plus 4, that gives us 7. Then plus 3 there is going to give us 10. So it means that there is where we are having 9th and the 10th. So it's actually here. So it's actually 2 trailers. So median is 2 trailers. Okay, so it's 2 trailers. Okay, so we remember what you do. You are adding the trailers because you know that is between 9th and 10th week. Okay, okay, that's what you're doing. Then you come back now to say, okay, now what is the corresponding number of trailers on that? So it's gonna be what? It's gonna be 2 trailers like that. Okay. So we are done with that part. Now let's move on to another scenario again. So frequency table, remember, you can be given it as this, as a table like this. Okay, then you have to find out these values, or you can be given as what? You can be given as what is it? As what called as a graph. Now, as a graph, I just want to help you something here, help you out here. So let's just say number of what is it? Let's just draw a table so that you can understand it much better here. So we're gonna say, okay, let's have number of trailers. Okay, then let's have what? Number of weeks. Okay, then our fx. So number of trailers, we said is x. Number of weeks is f. So we're gonna say 0. Okay, so number of trailers 0. We find that is 3. Then number of trailers is 1. Then we find that is 4. Then here is what is it? 2. Then here is 3. Then here it's 3. Then here it's 5. Then 4 is 0. 5 is 1. 6 is 2. So this is what we have. Then you're gonna have to find out what is it. You're gonna have to find out what is it. This value is 0. What is it? 4. Then 12. Then what is it? 12. Then that's our n there. Summation of. Sorry, that's our n. Summation of n. We say number of weeks. How many weeks? How many weeks are there? We have find that is 18 weeks. Then here you find 15, you find 0, 5, you find what? 12. Okay, so you can actually do your table like this, or you can work out from the graph. It's up to you, but I think I would recommend you, if this one still confuse you, you can actually find it by what is it? What called draw a table assigned. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Now this question is saying Miss Mbata did a survey to find out how many siblings, brothers and sisters, each learner, okay, how many siblings each learner in his grade 10 class had. Now, and recorded the information in the table. So now we want to find out how many of what called the siblings does the learners have? Now, number of siblings, okay, number of learners. So we're now looking at, okay, we are checking here, those who have 0 siblings, how many are they? How many are they? So we find that there are 2, okay? Then what about those who have 1 sibling? How many are they? There are 4. That's our frequency here, okay? Now, those with 2 siblings is 3. Those with 3 siblings is 5. You must also remember you must be able to read data from the tally, okay? Tally table, this is a tally. This is tally, represented as a tally. Now, 4 is 3, 3, 2, 4, and 1, okay? So now what do we have? Is this data discrete or continuous, okay? Number of learners, number of siblings. So this should be discrete, okay? So A, we are talking of number of people here. They can only exist as whole numbers, okay? You can't measure, you can only count. Data that can be counted, remember, is discrete. Now, data that can be measured is continuous. So there is no measuring here, there is counting here. So that's determined that our type of data is discrete, okay? Now, let's move on. Complete the table by filling the frequency row. We have done that. How many learners were there in Ms. Bata grade 10 class? How many learners? So we're looking at this number of learners. We need to add. So we need to add. That's our N. Remember? So B, we're going to say, okay, 2 plus 4 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus 4 plus 1. What do we get? 27 learners. Okay. Now on C, how many learners were there? Find what is happening here. Oh, no. So this is our C, sorry. This is our D, okay. B, we have already found it. We have already done it. Now find the mode, median, mean, range of number of siblings, okay? So mode is not going to be difficult for us. Mode is going to be, what's going to be more value of mode there? Our mode is what? Is 3, isn't it? It's 3 because we find that mode, okay, sorry, is 3 because we see that that's where we find more learners having what called 3 siblings. So it's gonna be what is it? 3 siblings. So most learners have 3 siblings. I don't know about you. Then we have got, let's move on to what? Mode, mean, median. Okay. Our median, what do we do? Our median, remember, what do we do? N plus 1 over 2. Value. So it's 28 divided by 2. 28 divided by 2. What do we get? 28 divided by 2 is 14. So we come here and add again. So we're going to add here and say, where do we find the 14 in this frequency? So we're going to say 2 plus 4 plus 3 plus 5. Where do we have? We've got the 14 here. So it's plus 5. So it is on this, what is it? That's where we find our, what you call our median. Okay. So median is 3 siblings. And remember here, how we are working our median here. We are working backwards because we need to find where do we find our N being what? 14, okay? 14. So 14th value, where do we find it? We find it on the number 3. Okay, I'm gonna, because I think, okay, I'm gonna just explain a bit again here. Now, mean is, we know that mean is our summation of fx over n. Okay. What is summation of fx there? We're going to take what? We see that we have got how many learners here? We have got, so we're going to say 2 times 0, 4 times 1. So it's going to be like that. So over 27. So let's calculate that. 4 plus 3 times 2 plus 5 times 3 plus 3 times 4 plus 3 times 5 plus 2 times 6 plus 4 times 7 plus 1 times 8. Okay. What do we get? We get 100. Okay. So 100, when I say 100 divided by 27, 100 divided by 27, 3,7, 0304. Okay. But now these are number of siblings. What can we do? Number of siblings. So we say we're going to get 3,7. So, oh, sorry. Put 3,7 here. So it's approximately 4 siblings. So 3,7 approximately 3,74. Okay. Now what else? Range. Okay, sorry. Range, I'm gonna put the range here, sorry guys, because of my space. Range, we know that it's maximum minus minimum value. Okay, maximum value minus minimum value. Then what do we have here? Maximum value is what? What is our maximum value here? Number of siblings, 8. 0 minus 0. The least is 0, so it's going to be 8 siblings. Okay, so it's 8 siblings. Okay. Now, for the median, I wanted to explain something to you here. For the median, this data, how it is, was now you find that we are saying 3. Now, how are you saying 3, Mr. Stolle? Okay, let me show you here what we are doing here. This data, we are saying when we have got 0 here. So what it means, number of siblings, we are saying 0, 0. Okay. Then for 4, we are saying just saying what is it? We're going to say 1, 1, 1, 1. Can you see that? Then what do? We're going to say for 2 is 3, 2, 2, 2. Okay. Then for 3, we're going to say 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Then for 4, we're going to say 4, 4, 4. Can you see that? So that's what we're having. So now when you're looking at what call what is it, median, when you say that is the the 14th value, we are now going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So the 14th value is our median. That becomes our 3. So that's what I was saying. It's lying there. That's where it's lying, because how you represent the data here. Okay. Now, let's move on to the second way of presenting ungrouped data. Ungrouped data, you can present it in a frequency table or in a stem and leaf diagram. Okay. Now, stem and leaf diagram, what we are having, we have a stem and we have the leaf, what we call support that. Now, during the 2020, each number is separated into stem, okay, the leftmost digit, and the leaf, which is the right most digit. Now, during the 2010-2011, these scores were recorded by the top 50 batsmen during the domestic cricket season. Now we've got these values here. Now, is this data discrete or continuous? Okay, discrete or continuous. So we say that it's discrete. It's discrete because it's just whole numbers. Okay, so these are what you call what is it? You can't have a what call a score of maybe 2,1. No, a goal is a goal. Now here, use a stem and leaf diagram to organize the data. Use the key 15.5 to represent 155. So what you do here, for B, we have our stem. Then we have the leaf. Now our stem, we're gonna say, okay, for 155, we're gonna say 15. Okay. Now when you look at when we say 15, sorry here, we need to arrange this data in ascending order. Just rub there from the smallest value. Okay. So we're gonna check here. The least value here is what? The least value is below 100. So something that is below 100, what are we going to write here? Because remember, we're going to say we're going to use 7. So here, because of 78, so we're going to use 7. So we're going to say 7, then we put 8 here. Then from there, we move on to, do we have anything again? 100 and something. So we're going to put 10. Okay, those with 10, what do? We put it, we check those with 10, 10, 10, 0, 8. We're going to start with 8. Then 10, 9. We're going to put 9 there. We're going to also put again another 9. We're going to put another 9. So it's 3 9s. So these are 109. Oh, there's 5 here, 105. There's 5. Hey, there's 29 here. So we're going to put it 2 and 9 there. Sorry about that. I didn't see that. Okay, let's move on to the other one. We put 11. Now, for 11, we check from that 11. Do we have 111? We don't. Do we have it? Do we have it? Do we have it? Do we have it? No, we don't have it. So we're going to say 11. Then we put 2. This represents 102, 112. Then 2 again. Okay, so this represents these 2 values here. Then do we have N1, 1 again, N1, 1 again, N1, 1 again? Okay, we have 1, 1, and 3. So we're going to put 3. Okay, N1, 1 again, 1, 1 again. Oh, there's another 112 again here. Okay, so put 3 here. We'll cover the 3, the 113, 113, any number again, any number again, any number again, any number again. We put 114. There was 114. I saw it somewhere. 114. Yes, there. So put 4 there. Then 1 what? 116. 116. 116. So we're gonna put 6 here. Okay. 117. Okay. 117. 118. 8 again. Okay, for the second 8 again. Okay, so I'm showing you again here. 13. So you're looking at 130 something, 130. So we're gonna look at 130, 130. Do we have 130? Yes, we have it. So we're gonna put 0 there. Okay. Do we have another 130? Do we have another 130? Do you have another 130? Do you have another 130? Okay. Now let's look at 131. 131. 131. 131. 131. 131. We can't find it. 132. 132. 132. We got it. So we're gonna put 2. Okay, another 132. Okay, 133. 133, we have it. 133, we have it here. So we're going to put 133, 3, 3. Okay, another 123. Do we have it? Another 133, another 133. We can't find it. Okay. Now let's move on to 134, 134, 134, 134. 134, we have it. 134, do we have another 134 and 134? Okay, 134, 134, we can't find it. Now 135, 135, 135, 135, 135, 135, 135, 135, 136. I didn't see 136. 136, I didn't see it here. Okay, 137, I also didn't see 137 here. No. 138. No, 138. No, 138. No, 138. 139, we have it. 139, I have seen it somewhere. Yeah. 139, 139. So we're gonna have 9, 9. Okay. Now 139, 139. All right. Okay. Okay. Now we have our table, our statement leaf. Our statement leaf. So we've got 2, 9, 7, 8. Then we've got 105, 108, 109, 109, 109. So that's what it means here. So we are told already, we are guided already that is 15 stroke 5. So that's what we are having, 15 stroke 5. So we're just going to do the same. That's what we have done here. We've done the same as what we are required to do here. Now, the other thing, when you are done with representing your what is statement leaf, the most crucial part here is that you count here and see if your numbers are corresponding with numbers, because remember there are 50 batsmen, what we call top 50 batsmen. So you must understand that this must correspond to what is it? You must correspond to 50. So you must add 50. So this must all count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. So all the numbers are there. So all the numbers are there. We've got 50 of them, and there's 50 of them here. Now, the next question now is saying, use the statement leaf to find the score that is the mode. Okay, so mode. Now, with the mode, remember most frequent. So we found the 2s are 3, the 9, 3, 3 there. So let's check here. Here, you find that these 6, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. So, and there is no other number that is up to 5. So it's 126. So 126 is the mode. 126 is the mode. Then we move on to the median. Median. Okay. Now, your median, remember what we do? The number is what? We say the position. Position is what? N plus 1 over 2, which is 50 plus 1 over 2, which is 51 divided by 2 is going to be 25,5. 25,5. Okay. 25,5. Now, when you have 25,5 value, so this is between 20, is between what? Between 25th and 26th value. So we count here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So it's between these two values. So it's between 122 plus 123 over 2, which is going to give us 122,5. 122,5. So these are what is it? These are the values. So 122.5 runs. This one's runs as well. Now here, what we have got this the third one, it's mean. Okay. Now mean is summation of x over n. So we are adding everything. We're adding everything here. And what I would advise you to do in your calculator to make your life easy, you need to put these values. So remember, states 2, and where are we going? We're going to 1 variance. So we end all this data. So we're going to say 155 equal 159 equal up until we are done with everything. Okay, so this will help you because we will know that how many values we put in the calculator. Okay, rather than just adding aside, you can leave some of the numbers here. Okay. Okay, so if you make a mistake, let's say you make a mistake, you go up, you write it again. Like here, let's say you made a mistake, then you're gonna write it again. Okay, then you press equal. Okay, that's what you do. Okay, so that you can correct any value that you have made a mistake on 140. So you need to pay attention to what you are doing, focus, so that you don't skip any value. So you can see I have managed to put all the values. You can see up to 50. I have managed to put all the values. So what do? I press AC. Okay. Then from there now, I have to go to shift state. Now, where do I go? I'm going to, what is it? Sum. Okay. Summation of X. Remember our formula, summation of X to, what do I get? 6154 over n, which is 50. Then I say summation state. Remember, you can go straight to the value, go straight to the mean. If you don't want stress, it's showing you here the X. This one here is showing you here. Here it is. Then you press 2. Then we get our value. It's 123.08 rands. Okay. Which is approximately 123 rands. Okay, that's what we're having there. Then the next one is what Hashim Amala, the highest score during this period was 134 rands. Was this score higher than the same as or less than the mean? This was higher than the mean. 134 is higher than the mean because the mean is 123. So D, higher than the mean. Okay. Number E, which score is an outlier? Remember, outlier, out of range. The one that is out of range is 29. You can see that 29 is far away from the rest. So it's 29 runs. Okay. Okay. I hope you guys, you understood what call everything now that you need to understand the frequency table and how to calculate the mean from the frequency table. You also need to understand the bar graph when you're given the bar graph, and take that bar graph and put it in what you call a frequency table, or also use that bar graph what you call to actually attain what you call the values here of your mean, mode, and median. Then again, the tally. I hope you understood the tally, how your tally works, and what is it, and lastly, the stem and leaf. They can ask you to present the data on the stem and leaf. Guys, don't forget what is it? Given the key, you just follow the key, then you won't have much a problem. So this stroke is showing you the demarcation, this line that we are putting here. This one separates your stem and the leaf. Okay. Thank you so much.